The day the drums refuse to sing. Come closer. Sit near the fire. Lower your voice. Because this is not a story meant for noise. It is meant for listening. Long before the land was cut by roads, and long before people learned to hurry through life, there existed a village called closer.Sit. It rested between gentle hills and a river that never ran dry. The people of closer.Sit were not known for riches or weapons. They were known for something far stronger: harmony. In that village, neighbors greeted each other without suspicion, children slept without fear, and every full moon the night air vibrated with the voice of sacred drums. These drums were older than memory itself. They were carved from Mukamba, wood taken only after prayers and silence. Elders said the drums were not played, they were spoken to. When struck, they did not simply make sound, they carried messages. When the drums sang, the ancestors listened. And when the ancestors listened, the village was protected. At the center of closer.Sit ruled Chief Mambwe, a man whose authority did not come from shouting or punishment. He was calm, slow in anger, and quick to listen. He walked among his people barefoot, ate from the same pots, and sat on the ground when elders spoke. He believed a leader was not above the people, but inside them. Because of this, closer.Sit prospered. But the elders always warned that peace is delicate, and it often invites danger quietly. Chief Mambwe had one son. His name was Tavanga. The boy was intelligent, confident, and admired. His tongue was sharp, his mind quick, and his presence commanding. But inside Tavanga lived a restlessness that never slept. He watched his father listen more than speak, and he mistook humility for weakness. He believed leadership was meant to be feared, not shared. Each night, when the village slept, Tavanga stood alone, rehearsing speeches to invisible crowds, imagining people kneeling before him. He did not want to become chief one day. He wanted to own the throne. One evening, as the sun sank slowly behind the hills, a stranger arrived in closer.Sit. No one saw where he came from. He appeared as if the earth had opened and released him. He wore dark beads around his neck, and his eyes were deep and unreadable. When he spoke, his voice was smooth, calm, and dangerous. He called himself Sakura Nyamapini. Nyamapini watched Tavanga closely. He spoke to him in private, filling his ears with poisonous wisdom. He told him tradition was a cage, that waiting was weakness, and that power belonged to those brave enough to take it. He promised Tavanga authority without ancestors, leadership without consequences. There was only one requirement: the drums had to be silenced. On the night of the full moon, as the people of closer.Sit gathered to sing and dance, Tavanga slipped away from the firelight. The sacred drums rested in their place, surrounded by silence and respect. Tavanga poured black ash into their hollow hearts and whispered forbidden words. The drums did not explode or scream. They cracked softly, like something alive realizing it had been betrayed. That night, for the first time in generations, the drums did not sing. And when the drums fell silent, the ancestors turned away. The change was slow but cruel. The rains delayed. Crops turned yellow under a burning sun. Children fell sick without reason. Cattle refused to drink from the river. Chief Mambwe aged rapidly, as if the suffering of the village was being carved into his bones. Tavanga took the throne by force, blaming his father's gentleness for the village's decline. But power stolen through darkness does not sleep peacefully. Tavanga began hearing whispers in empty rooms. Shadows moved where no light existed. He dreamed of drums beating inside his chest, louder each night. The stranger Nyamapini vanished, leaving behind nothing but fear. Hunger tightened its grip on closer.Sit, and hope began to die. Then one night, a small voice broke the silence. It belonged to Rudo, a young orphan girl, and spoke without fear. She said the drums were angry. She said the village was suffering because truth had been buried. Tavonda laughed and threatened her silence, but the elders listened. Guided by Rudo, they went into the forest where the broken drums lay hidden. There, the truth revealed itself. Betrayal had not come from enemies. It had come from within. Confronted, Tavonda collapsed. His pride shattered into confession. The ancestors did not demand blood. They demanded humility. Tavonda was stripped of power and banished to walk barefoot until he learned to listen. The drums were cleansed and repaired. When they were struck again, the earth breathed. Rain returned. Children laughed. Life flowed back into Kairoidziva. And so the elders say, when leaders stop listening, when pride silences tradition, the drums will refuse to sing.